All right. So thank you everyone for joining today's call. Just as a reminder, we do have our Forum 2022 Boston event in person, August 21st to the 24th, and then a concurrent hybrid virtual, which is August 22nd to the 24th. Attendees will have access to the virtual content, whether they are in person or virtual. So our three types of speakers that we do have are in-person only presenters, our live stream presentation, which is what this will concentrate on today, and then our pre-recorded presentation along with an in-person presentation as well. So as you're preparing your slide deck, these are just a few key takeaways that you can have. You can keep it simple, really just trying to keep to your point. Your main point should be easily identifiable. The details should be taken up mostly by the presenters speaking. You'll want to use colors or images effectively. Having too many colors or too many images can overwhelm audience members, and so they will not be concentrating on what you will be saying during your presentation. Creating purposeful titles. Really, you'll just want to make sure that they know exactly what's going to happen on that title, what's about to be talked about, what they'll get out of it. Choosing safe fonts. This goes again just with the choosing colors or images that are effective. Some safe font examples are Times New Roman, Calibri, and then keeping them all unified as well throughout. Limiting your charts and diagrams. You're not going to want to overwhelm them with too many on one slide. If you can, try and tell a story. This helps identify with the audience and also creates you to be an expert in the matter. They begin to trust you through that process, especially if you're using real life examples or research data, things along those lines. Transitions and animations should be used minimally. These should be used really as an emphasis point to a very key point, maybe the main point, something like that. And then you'll want to wrap up with your key points as well. And then also don't forget to interact with your audience. This can include just stopping for a minute and asking a quick show of hands, things like that, just to make sure that they are still present within the presentation. All right, so preparing for an on-site successful presentation, you'll want to stay in communication with NIGP and your co-presenters. This includes any schedule changes, any sort of notices, new presenters, things along those lines. Make sure you do pack your laptop. NIGP doesn't provide the laptop for your presentation, so you'll want to make sure that you do pack that. You'll also want to arrive 10 to 15 minutes prior to the start time. This will allow you to connect your laptop and then also answer any questions that the audience members may have or ask questions of the AV tech staff that's in there. During those 10 to 15 minutes, you can also identify your quality control team member or QC team member. What they will be is your virtual audience representative. So as you all know, this is for our live stream presenters. You will have a camera on you during that presentation, and they will be able to ask their questions through the chat, and the QC team member will be logged into the virtual platform to ask those questions for them. And then again, interact with your audience. If you do have time prior to the start time, you can start just talking with them and kind of getting to know them as well. It will help you connect with your audience. Right, so what to expect for your live stream session. So the virtual audience will only see your slides. They will not see you while you are speaking. During the dedicated Q&A times, the camera will show the panel and the audience can begin typing their questions into the virtual chat. You'll want to try to answer 1 to 3 questions from the QC member. So we're going to instruct them to sit towards the front and introduce themselves to you. During your Q&A, just kind of look over to glance to see if they have a question. They'll raise their hand or something along those lines to do that. And then just a few key takeaways for just some success and NIGP's expectations. If you can and you feel comfortable, feel free to walk away from the podium to connect with your audience. Sometimes just walking away can help provide a little bit extra trust that the audience has, and then also to continue to engage them as well. You can spark conversations in between your audience members, and this can happen before or even during, and then just inspire connections amongst the audience and ask them to introduce themselves to each other, or just to connect as well. So that's pretty much what we have today for our training part. We really wanted to dedicate the majority of this to our Q&A, so I will open it up to that. Is there any Q&A for live stream? All right. Well, with that being said, if you do have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to myself at Lauren Anderson or at landerson@nigp.org, or you can call at 202-697-7627. And we're happy to help at any time with your presentation. And then just a quick reminder that we are asking for final presentations to be provided to NIGP by July 29th, so we can have them uploaded to our platform as handouts if you are willing to provide them. So with that, we can go ahead and wrap up. So thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.